Okay, hi everyone again. We're going to go ahead and cover maximal treadmill VO2 max testing, and Sam is going to demonstrate. There are several actually maximal treadmill tests, and we're not again talking about evaluating VO2 max levels of athletes here. For athletes, we usually use running tests. High intensity running test. Okay, one of the things, whichever the maximal test your treadmill test we choose, should be kind of individualized, and the test again, maximal test duration should be between about 10 to 12 minutes. Definitely no more than 15 minutes. If it's longer than 15 minutes, the person may start to have maybe shin splints or low back discomfort or maybe other difficulties. So we want to again keep individualize the test so that the test is completed within about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, as I was saying, two commonly used tests. One is called Bruce protocol, Bruce treadmill test, and Dr. Bruce, MD, has developed this test a long time ago, and actually it is used by hospitals and clinics where they do diagnostic treadmill test or stress test, as it refers to. Okay, I'm not going to go over the Bruce protocol, but Bruce protocol, again, multi-stage protocol. It has good diagnostic value as far as the determination of heart disease. That's why they use at the clinics or hospitals. The second test I'm going to go over and we're going to demonstrate is called the Balke treadmill test. This is a walking test. Dr. Balke, again, one of the Scandinavian exercise physiologists, scientists, have developed this test several years ago. Okay, on the Balke test, this is a walking test. Basically, it works really well for maybe middle-aged, even older individuals, or even young individual with maybe weight problems. So the speed of the Balke treadmill test is 3.4 miles an hour. So just go ahead and the speed is we set it at 3.4 mile an hour pace, and this is again incremental test. But at the end of each stage, elevation is increased. Okay, so the first minute the speed is 0. I mean, the speed is 3.4 miles, and that remains constant throughout the test. But the elevation of the treadmill is 0. Okay, so, no incline. Okay, the original protocol requires basically speed to remain constant at 3.4 for most individuals. It could be, the Dr. Balke even used 2.5 mile an hour pace speed for all the individuals, but we're dealing with, basically mainly young adults here. So we're going to, it's best to keep the speed at 3.4 mile an hour pace. Okay, after the first minute, the elevation is going to go up to 2%. Okay, elevation is 2%. And we're going to, monitor the heart rate and write the heart rate toward the end of each minute. Okay. Again, if we're dealing with, middle-aged to older individuals, maybe borderline hypertensive individuals, it's a good idea to check the blood pressure. But for this demonstration, I'm not going to check the blood pressure. Okay, since our subject, Sam, is fairly highly conditioned and doesn't have, has been obviously exercising and doesn't have any weight issues, weight problems, high body fatness. So we're going to modify the test. So at the end of the second minute, remember, first minute elevation was 0, second minute we went to elevation to 2. So instead of increasing the elevation from 2 to 3 at the end of the second minute, we're going to go ahead and skip a line and increase the elevation, go from 2 to 4. Okay, so we're going to basically, we're modifying the test to reduce the increased intensity at a higher level so that we can max the our subject again less than 15 minutes here. Okay, so remember, first minute the elevation was 0. At the end of that, we increased to 2%, and now at the end of the second minute, we increased to 4%. And the heart rate is obviously is going up. Went from 90 to 94, and now it's up to about getting over 100, about 110. Okay. All right, now end of this stage. Remember, each stage is 1 minute. Okay, remember that 1 minute. Now we're going to increase the elevation again from 4 to 6. Okay, 4 to 6 again for another minute, and keep increasing the elevation by 2% at the end of each minute, and monitor the heart rate. And we want the heart rate toward the end of the test for our subject is to heart rate to go over 85% of the predicted maximum heart rate. As I said again, if the heart rate at the end of the test and the maximal test is less than 85% of the individual predicted maximum heart rate, that test should not be considered as a maximal test. Okay? As long as the person is doing fine, that we don't have to stop the test immediately the subject reaches 85% of the predicted maximum heart rate. In this case, predicted maximum heart rate is 180. As long as our subject is doing well, then we can allow the individuals to go up to maybe a heart rate 190 or even 200. But anytime the heart rate reaches 190 plus, the efficiency, effectiveness of the heart basically declines somewhat, and there's really no need to have the person continue with the test after the heart rate reaches over 200 plus minutes. Okay, go ahead and increase. The heart rate is climbing now to about 130. Okay, how do you rate your exertion, Sam? Go up to like maybe 6.
6, yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead and increase. Let's increase the elevation again. Now we're at the elevation 10%, and the heart rate is 124. Okay, again, times, minute is up, so we're going to go ahead and increase the elevation to 12%. How's it going? Your legs feeling okay?
Yeah.
All right. You're going uphill, definitely. Okay, just go ahead and again. Oops. Again, we're keeping the speed. Speed doesn't change, 3.4 miles an hour throughout the test, but the elevation is increased in order to again increase the stress and exercise intensity. Obviously, anytime exercise intensity is increased, then the heart rate is going to go up. Stress on the body is going to go up. Okay, so we got Sam's, our subject's heart rate over 85%. of his predicted maximum heart rate and his exertion. Give me your exertion level.
9.
Okay, 9.
Or
So
8,
he's
8, yeah.
between 8 and 9. That indicates basically intense level of basically stress. So we're going to go ahead and terminate the test. And the final heart rate, resistance was, or the elevation was 16%, and the heart rate was 180. Okay, so the first thing is just quickly, lower the incline down to 0 and lower the speed a little bit to about maybe, right around maybe 2.8, 3.0 miles per hour length. But just make sure you lower the elevation incline down to 0. Oops, we actually went below. Okay. Okay, again, have the subject cool down at a low walking speed for about 4 or 5 minutes, and monitor the heart rate again. We want the heart rate to drop below 100 beats per minute toward the end of our cool down period. Usually about 4 or 5 minutes of cool down on the treadmill here will be sufficient. Let me go over the test result here. Again, this is the Balke maximum oxygen consumption test, and this is our subject here. Determine the individual's predict the maximum heart rate, again 220 minus the age, and take 85% of that, in this case 170 beats. Toward the end of the test, we want the heart rate to go over 170 beats per minute or higher, and in this case, and that, keep that in mind, okay? The reason we're using 85% because that's the intensity or the heart rate we're looking for there. Okay, so pre-exercise heart rate was 76, and again, this is the treadmill speed remains at 3.4 miles an hour pace. Okay, after about a minute or so, get the treadmill speed up to 3.4 mile an hour pace and start the timer. Again, the duration of each stage is 1 minute. Okay, so the first minute, the speed is 3.4 mile an hour pace, remains constant throughout the test, and the elevation is 0. Okay, that's our starting point there. And then the last about 10-15 seconds of that first minute, we record the heart rate, which is 90. Okay. And then at the end of the first minute, we're going to increase the elevation to 2%, keep the speed obviously the same, elevation 2%. And after that, depending on our individuals, in order to reduce the duration of the test, it's okay to increase the elevation from 2 to 4%. Okay. If I'm dealing with an older individual, then I would go from 0 to 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on, because usually, older individuals or individuals who are who have low aerobic fitness, their heart rate is going to go higher. And but young, healthy individuals, it's okay to skip a line and go from again 0 to 2 for everybody, and then from 2 to 4, and then you record the heart rate, 4, 6, record the heart rate, 8%. This is the elevation, okay, and the heart rate here, and then you just keep basically continue with the test until the heart rate gets over about 85%, close 85% of the individual predict the maximum heart rate. So 85% is 170. So when we increase the elevation to 20%, the heart rate got up to 170. Our subject was basically reached his maximal level, and we terminate the test. And then this is the from the oxygen consumption line. We basically that's 44.5 milliliter per kg per cubic body weight is the result we're looking for. That obviously 45.5 milliliter per cubic body weight per minute, And for this individual, that number basically indicates cardiovascular fitness level of average for this individual. Okay, this is basically how the result is estimated for this subject or any subject. One of the other maximal treadmill tests is, as I said, called Bruce protocol. And Bruce protocol, basically, each stage is 3 minutes. Okay, so this is obviously stage 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And the duration is each minute. Okay, the speed during the first stage, first 3 minutes, is speed starts out real slow, 1.7 mile an hour pace. Okay, the elevation is 10%. Okay, and the individual basically walks at 1.7 mile an hour pace at 10% for 3 minutes. Okay, and then the second stage. Speed goes up to 2.5, elevation goes up to 12%, and then the third stage, after again 3 minutes of second stage, speed goes up to 3.4, elevation 14, and so on. So, and obviously the longer, more stages the individual completes safely, higher the estimated VO2 max level will be. Again, if somebody completes, for example, fourth stage, again, that's fairly good intensity, speed of 4.2, elevation 60%. The individual's estimated maximal oxygen consumption is going to be close to 49 milliliters per kg per minute. One of the ways to evaluate cardiovascular fitness at any facility is to basically use bikes or treadmills. Most of the up-to-date exercise ergometers, such as the bike or the treadmill, does have cardiovascular fitness tests programmed. So for this, on this bike, we basically, start pedaling and get the bike going and choose a fitness test. Okay, so fitness test, and then follow the instructions. And it will be on the screen. It will ask to receive the heart rate and also remind to maintain the RPM. So just simply follow the instructions. I suggest just go ahead and go through it once and get familiarize yourself with the test, and then the next day or a couple days later, go ahead and take the test, and the test will basically at the end of the test, if it's done correctly, the estimated maximal oxygen consumption and the cardiovascular fitness level of the person will be displayed on the screen, and have somebody to record that or remember that. Again, it will give you is the estimated cardiovascular fitness level in milliliter per minute, and then the machine basically has the software to compare your result with the norms to give you the result as far as the rating of your cardiovascular fitness. Okay, so you can do it on a bike, and also we're going to show you the treadmill. You can do it on a treadmill as well. Okay, as I said, treadmills also, not all treadmills, but some of the treadmills, or maybe most up-to-date treadmills, will also have cardiovascular fitness testing. So just go ahead and choose fitness test, press that, and then it will ask you to put your data in, your age, your sex, your body weight, and once you enter that, the test will start. And just make sure you hold on to the handlebars to get your heart rate whenever the heart rate flashes on the screen. And again, follow the test. As I said, I suggest go ahead and get a practice run one day, and then next day or a couple days later, after rested, good rest, and make sure don't drink coffee or high energy drinks, which will increase your heart rate. Again, if the heart rate is high, obviously at any given intensity level, that will decrease the result or will cause inaccurate results. Okay, so just simply follow the test, and then at the end of the test, the machine will estimated VO2 max will be displayed here, and some machines may not compare that to the norms, but most of them will.